Good morning, guys. It is February 15th, and 17 years ago, I believe, something very special happened on this day. Alyssa, happy birthday. We're so glad you're part of the youth group and the gifts and talents that you bring to it. So, guys, if you see Alyssa today or get on Facebook or something and wish her a happy birthday, Alyssa, we hope to see you tonight so we can celebrate that with you. Today's reading on the calendar, it's actually wrong because I accidentally skipped a section. You could see that just by looking at the calendar. So today in Leviticus, you're supposed to read chapter 6, verse 4 through chapter 7, verse 37. And that do it's my turn to play on this chess game. But anyways, I'll do that later. Today, in Matthew, we see Peter disown Jesus. Not disown. We see him deny Jesus 3 times, and we all know the story. Oh, Peter, you denied him, and then the rooster crows, and then he remembers. And Peter kind of has this bad stigma with him. I mean, he's the one that got out of the boat, and he had little faith, and so he sank, right? And then now we see him disown Jesus, why do I keep saying disown? Deny Jesus, and then the rooster crows. And we're like, oh, Peter, you're such a screw up. But what I love about Peter, I know if you go back to the story of him hopping out of the boat and then sinking, he was the only disciple that had the faith to even get out of the boat and walk on water. And here it's the same thing, because after Jesus is taken prisoner, it says, then all the disciples deserted him and fled. But it goes on to say, but Peter followed him at a distance, right up to the courtyard. Peter cared enough about Jesus that he wanted to follow and see what they were going to do. So I want us to see this good side of Peter too, that he's not just a screw up. He's one that has had faith to get out of the boat, and here he has enough care and enough dignity to be able to follow and say, okay, what's happening to Jesus? I want to know, because he's been my friend. And then, of course, he denies him, and we give him a lot of junk for that. And what I love about this story is that after Peter denies Jesus, and then Jesus dies and he resurrects. If you look into Mark, I believe it's chapter 16, Jesus says, go tell the disciples and Peter. He's telling the women this. Go tell the disciples and Peter that I have risen. And why does he mention Peter by name? Why doesn't he just say, go tell the disciples? Because obviously that would include Peter, right? Jesus is... Jesus is one, our God is one who wants to bring us back into relationship with him. That when we screw up, when we deny him, maybe not through words, maybe not like Peter did, but sometimes through actions and our thoughts and different things, we deny who Jesus is. Jesus makes it a point to come out and reach for us and grab us and bring us back into a good relationship with him. And that's exactly what he does with Peter. Can you imagine being in Peter's shoes, being one who has just denied the Christ? And not only did he deny him, but he was reminded of it right after. And it says he went out and he bitterly wept. What is going through Peter's head? Oh, I'm a screw up. I messed up. I can't really be a follower of Jesus if this is how I'm going to act. Man, what does this mean for my relationship and him? Am I still a disciple? He could go on and kind of have this self-pity of, man, I'm just such an idiot, which is all true, right? And Jesus knew exactly how Peter was feeling. He said, you know what? Go tell the disciples. But don't forget Peter. Bring Peter to me as well, because I want to rekindle that relationship with him. And guys, I want to encourage you. I know I've screwed up this week. I've screwed up, many times this week, and I get to feeling low, and I get to feeling down of, man, I'm not as good a Christian as I thought I was. Man, I'm such an idiot. How could I do that? How could I betray God in that way after everything that he's done for me? But what I love about God is he says, Chris, though you have done that, I want you back with me. I'm going to do what I can to bring you back into a relationship, back into a father-son relationship with me. And that's the kind of God we serve, and not one who condemns us right off the bat after something we've done, after doing some wrong. But he tries and tries to bring us. He tries to reach out and to grab us. And it's just a powerful statement that Mark makes. Go bring back, go tell the disciples and Peter. And he could say the same thing. Go tell the disciples and John. Go tell the disciples and Chris. Go tell the disciples and Aaron, Alyssa, Michael, whoever you may be, whoever is watching this. Go tell the disciples and you that he has risen from the grave, that he is King, that he is Lord. And he wants to be Lord of your life and Lord of my life. So guys, don't get down when you screw up. Don't take it lightly either. There's a fine line between that. But know that no screw up is too big for our God to handle. Let's have enough faith to step out of the boat. Let's have enough dignity and care to follow Christ. God bless. See you guys tonight. T minus, 36 hours till we get on the bus? Yeah? All right. See you guys then. Love you all.